Welcome Algebra 2 to our next video on complex fractions. It's going to be hopefully a fairly short video. Complex fractions just means kind of like fractions within fractions. So you thought you might have hated fractions, but then we put fractions inside of the fractions and people hate them even more. But that's why you always have to have a technique. I hate starting with rules, but we'll just briefly go over and then we'll refer back to them if we need to. So the steps are to find the LCD, so the least common denominator. Out of all the denominators, there are several sometimes. And then you want to multiply each of the numerators by that LCD. So as long as we are doing it to the top and bottom of the main fraction, which involves really multiplying every single top of every fraction by that same number, then we usually can cancel things out. We can cancel out all denominators because an LCD will always be able to divide by a denominator an even amount of times. And then for reduce final answer, which usually involves factoring and cancel some factors out. All right, let's try this. So in this first example, you can see the denominators are 10, 2, and 25. Technically, there's another one that's 1. We don't need to worry about that. So 10, 2, and 25. What can all three of those numbers go into? What's the smallest one you can think of? And that would be 50. So let me get my pen going here. Didn't have that ready to start. Let's see. Halloween soon. Use orange. Okay. So these are the denominators. LCM is 50. So I'm going to multiply every one of these by 50. You don't have to show this every single time after a while, but it's good to get in the habit of first, at least the first few times, so you know what you're doing. Then you cancel things like 50 over 10 is just 5. 50 over 2 is just 25. So this top will end up being 5b plus 25. On the bottom, the 50 and 25 cancel to a 2, and then just 50 times 1 stays 50. So you get 2b squared minus 50. All right, now it's certainly nicer looking, but we can make it even better looking by factoring out some numbers here. 5 can be factored out of the top, and then b plus 5. And then the bottom, factor out a 2, and you get b squared minus 25. Now this one's, you gotta be careful if that's dots. So we're gonna say b plus 5, b minus 5. There we go. So we're only looking at the top and bottom one. And we're going to cancel b plus 5 and b plus 5. And that's the only thing that cancels. And we are left with 5 on top and 2 times b minus 5 on the bottom. We can leave it just like that. And there it is. So that's much less complex. Okay, let's try it again. This time 4, 5, and 2, it's actually a little easier. I think 20 is going to be our number to go with here. Let me change back to orange. So what you can do is this. It's a little less writing, but you just have to remember that 20 really goes with both terms in each of the top and the bottom. So in my head, I'm thinking 20 divided by 4 gets me 5x over, and then I don't need to put anything over because these numbers will always go away because I chose 20, a number that will make them all go away. So I just have 20 over 4 is 5 times this x right there. And then 20 over 5 is 4, so I'm really doing 4 times 3 right here. So this is plus 12. This 20 is just times 2. That is not a bottom number. So I've seen people cancel that and get 10 before, but really you get 40, because that's a numerator. And then 20 divided by 2 makes this 2 go away and you get 10. So minus 10x squared. Okay, so now we're going to do some factoring. And we end up with, and we have, we can pull 10 out the bottom. And we get 4 minus x squared. Now I'm looking at this and thinking, boy, I wonder if that was supposed to be a 10 when this problem was created. Because I didn't create this problem. And I think it was supposed to be, because I can do all this factoring. I get 10, so for dots, that'll be 10 and then 2 plus x and 2 minus x. Because if I could have taken a 5 out of here, I would have gotten an x plus 2 and I could have canceled, but I can't. So I'm not going to do that, but I think this problem was supposed to be like that. You let me know. I looked at this a bunch, and if I made a mistake, you're going to get bonus points if you catch it. But I don't think I made a mistake. All right, so sometimes the process of finding the LCD among all the denominators is a little bit more complicated, like in this one. I'm going to take a stab and say, I bet x plus 3 is a part of the factors for this part right here. So in order to know that for sure, though, I'm going to factor that out, and I'm going to rewrite it, read the whole thing just to be very clear, and separate this into factors. So multiply to 12, add to 7, looks like 4 and 3, and my suspicion was right. That's going to make this problem a lot easier. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to factor this one. 2 times x minus 2 all over x plus 3. Okay, so the bottom one is only missing this x plus 4. So I'm going to, again, multiply everything. I have to multiply the top by x plus 4 and the bottom by x plus 4. So at the top, that's going to cancel those just flat out. And I end up with, and I'm going to go ahead and factor this top one too. 2 plus x, 2 minus x. That's this part right here. Okay, and I don't know if you caught this, but I also made a mistake. So LCD is not just x plus 4, it's x plus 4, x plus 3. I forgot that I also have to multiply by x plus 3. Almost messed that up. That's also going to cancel that right there. I knew there shouldn't have been anything left, but I didn't think about what I did for there. I almost didn't catch my mistake. I forget that the LCD is actually both x plus 4 and x plus 3, not just the missing one. I knew I was supposed to get rid of everything down here, and it wasn't going away, and then I realized what I did. So both the x plus 4 and x plus 3 cancel with the x plus 4 and x plus 3 on top, leaving you only the top one, which we factored. And then at the bottom, only the x plus 3 cancels, and I'm left with these 3 factors on the bottom. So there's a 2, an x minus 2, and an x plus 4. So you can see here, this x minus 2 and 2 minus x cancel, but you got to remember to put a -1 there, because they're swapped. So we have negative, parenthesis 2 plus x, all over 2 times x plus 4. And that's all you can do for that one. Okay, so this one's interesting because the LCD, unlike the last one where it's complicated, this one's super easy. Our LCD is just x. There's nothing else. These are ones. You don't have to worry about ones. So we're just multiplying everything by x. Okay, that's going to give us 3x because nothing cancels over here. But then the x's cancel here. So 3x minus 9. On the bottom, this is going to become x squared. This one's going to become 8x. And these cancel, leaving us just plus 15. So now we do some factoring. We get 3, x minus 3. And at the bottom, it's trinomial. Let's see, what works? 3 and 5, I think. Minus 3, minus 5. Okay, so we can cancel x minus 3, x minus 3. And we have a nice, simple 3 over x minus 5. All right, we're going to do some on your own now. Go ahead, give 5 a try, and then pause it right now, and I always say the wrong order. Pause it, and then give it a try, and then unpause it. Okay, so that one might have been a little confusing, but I think it was kind of fun. You just had to make sure you kept track of how many x's and how many y's were left at each stage, and then an x plus y cancels, and you have y minus x over xy. One more. All right, I'm going to have you try this one on your own too. It kind of just looks like a sandwich here with lots of layers. Remember, this is the main equation, or sorry, main fraction line. And to find your LCD, you're definitely going to have to do some factoring first to see what's missing. Okay, I'm going to stop partway through just to make sure that you had the LCD right. What you want is x times x minus 4 times x plus 4. They have x minus 4 in common, so you only have to write that once. But you need each of the factors in the LCD. Okay, go ahead, pause it and try again. Or try it further. Okay, stop partway through once again because wanted to make sure that you didn't make this mistake too. It's really tempting to go through and like distribute and then do the box for this bottom part. We don't really want to do that. We want to keep it in factors so that we can possibly cancel them out. So make sure you're doing factors right now and then see what you kind of can do. And that will do it. So only the x plus 5 is canceled, but it certainly looks better than it did originally. Good luck on the delta. Please send me a message if you want help on any of it. I know this can be a little kooky, so good luck.